Here I am today in Walkley, and this is a warning on what's going to come to your neighbourhood unless you fight against it. Now, everybody who says they're not going into Sheffield city centre because, you know, that it's not going to affect them, well, all they'll do is drive it into your community. So here you can see Orchard Road, and then you can see how they've blocked it off. And I've driven up today from Pedestrian Road, and it's a total nightmare driving in this area. But you can see these temporary measures, and then what they'll do is they'll then raise the pavement up and block it off completely. But the consultation process has been pretty shocking. I don't think Sheffield Council are that bothered about the consultation. They go through a process, but the end game is I don't think they really listen to residents. I think it's a very vocal minority who get what they want. And this was actually defaced, so I'm not going to say what was on it, but I think you can probably guess. So we'll find the next blockage. But it's damaging businesses that I'm going to be shown some businesses that have closed down. It's just killing trade around here. So we're at the top end of Highton Road, and you can see the obstruction down there. So there'll be plenty of street parties around here now. They block the roads off, won't they? And can you imagine people cycling up these roads as well? Because they were saying that's all the questionnaires seem to be about, walking and cycling. I just think they want to restrict car drivers, just make it so awful for people to drive their cars. So we'll get to the next blockage. So I'm looking down Greenhow Street, and you can see that it's actually one way just here. For some reason they've put that there, so it's not really got much purpose. And then right at the top you can see a blockage right at the top. See that blockage right at the top? People shouldn't be able to get up there because it says dead end, and somebody's moved it across so they can get the cars out. Somebody's used a bit of initiative. And you can see that sign saying that it's a dead end, but in the end they're going to make that permanent again. They're just creating more confusion and more fumes all the time. So we're further down Greenhow Street. You can see that sign for cyclists. It's quite some hill to cycle up, isn't it? Pretty much a joke, really. You're going to be pretty fit to cycle up and down this road. I'm now on Fir Street, and you can see it's blocked off here. You used to be able to come in at this top end. And then you could go down, but you can't anymore. So you can imagine what it's like for a delivery driver. So you can only come in from the bottom end. That's just increasing pollution, isn't it? And then you can see the sign there saying no entry. So the only way in on Fir Street is from the bottom end. So that's just an increase in pollution all the time. So here we are on the main road, and then you've got Matlock Road blocked off. You can only get from the bottom end of it. It's quite a long way to get round to the bottom end. But I think Walkley's been it because there's been a big influx of people who've been at university, and then they've probably got jobs in Sheffield, and it's sort of gradually pushed the working class Sheffielders out of this area. I'm sure you won't find that many Sheffield accents around here anymore, but it's just adding more time to your journey and creating more fumes. It's exactly the opposite of what they say. It's like George Orwell's 1984, war equals peace. So more example of what they're doing. We've already been on Greenhow Street there. They've changed the roads all over the place. You can see the cycling bit to the top of the road as well. But here we've got another obstruction. So This is no entry again. You can only come in from the bottom end. I've just never known out like this. We're only snipping at the surface on this because there's so many other road alterations around here where they've changed the layout and where they've also restricted it to no waiting and things like that. So we're on Heavygate, looking in the other direction. You can see it's only one way in this direction, so nobody can come in from this end. Somehow you're going to have to come in from some other end. Just absolutely ludicrous. There's actually no value in any of this at all. I mean, as I drove in today, one of the roads was blocked off for roadworks and I ain't got a clue where we're going. So all you're doing is you're getting people who don't live around here to drive around for absolutely ages. Again, we've got a temporary crossing. And I'm being told it's been here for quite some time. So just up there you can see a no right turn where I've just shown you that street being one way out. And then we've got Highton Street here. And then it says no access to South Road for motor vehicles, and then you can see another previous blockage down there. Now what I've been told is it's like they're forcing people off the side streets onto the main roads, and it makes it basically impossible to stop at the shops to actually buy something on your way home from work and things like that. You know, I mean, I'm walking around with other people and I'm just clueless. I'd hate to drive around here. So something else on this junction with all the lights. You can see all these lights on the junction, and above all the lights there are cameras or whatever to monitor the traffic in this area as well. So there's something definitely going off around here all the time. So we're becoming more Orwellian.